All right, and we're live Saturday, real estate weekend roundup around the grounds with Billy and Glenn. We're going to tell you the facts, the figures, and the feelings. Another Saturday in real estate, DY. Good afternoon, Sarge.
Good, yeah. Good afternoon, Billy. They call me Sarge. I drive a black XR6, which they thought when I retired from the police force, I got it as a gold watch. But and I'm pretty down the line too. I'm not like Roger Rogers, so yeah, fair and just. I think I am. So busy day in real estate today. If you look at behind us, we're just hovering here.
I feel like Vic LaRusso in the chopper.
Well, Vic LaRusso is our auctioneer bumper to bumper over the Anzac Bridge. And what you're looking at is DY Beach, if I'm not mistaken, Billy.
Correct.
The great DY Beach. So when we talk about, we move this way, you can see a little bit more. That's the rock pool. And then there's the swimming club there and sort of Kitty's Corner down at DY. And then the next beach on is North Kilco. So when we're talking about DY, that's where we are. And if you're ever thinking of jumping into an ice bath and reinvigorating yourself, no need. Go do 10 laps down DY Rock Pool from about June through to late August. Same benefits. No going getting bags of ice. And then most days, with the prevailing wind being southwest, it goes right over the top of DY, which faces north. You sit on the stairs there at the pool, big concrete blocks, and I think it's one of the best things you can do for free.
Yeah, absolutely. And busy around the grounds today. Busiest opens were around 14 and 15 groups.
Yeah.
Groups meaning families, so not just individuals. Sometimes it's a couple or a couple with family that come in. So it's plenty of people in the property. Lowest numbers around the sort of 1s, 2s, and 3s. Some of the pre-markets a little bit quieter.
Yeah, look, that was a house in Belrose on 2,000 square meters or 2002. How big, Billy?
Yeah, just under 3,000.
Just under 3,000 square meters, and really, Lisa represents a lot of landmark properties. This truly is in that Belrose area.
Yeah.
The consideration that went into the architect and then the owners in running with the architect in the design of this property is just amazing. Cathedral-like ceilings. The orientation is due north of the property, which looks over the national forest down there at the back of Belrose. There's a small little two waterways running through the property that lead into a big waterfall about 10 minutes walk away. Swimming pool, just fantastic how this property is thought out. If you're looking for garaging, it's got a 4-car garage. And the surface of the floor on the garage would be equal to most family homes.
Yeah,
it's just immaculate. Cinema room. Billy, what are we guiding for that one? Or we
5.95 is the guide.
Yeah.
21 Winneaty Road is the address, and
amazing value. Now that sounds and it is a lot of money, but when you consider we might sell something down on the beach for $8 million, we've got a couple of $25 million properties. If you're lucky enough to be on the property escalator for the last 30 years, you may have acquired that sort of real estate, sell a few and buy this property. I reckon living there would be like a small hobby farm retreat.
Yeah.
Would you be 25 minutes from the city?
Yeah, 25 minutes from the city, about 20 minutes from Manly, 15 minutes from DY. It's just an amazing resort style.
Yeah, and surrounded by fantastic public schools, shopping. You really almost in the middle of the northern beaches. French's Forest Killarney's sort of dropping off really close to Chatswood, St Leonard's, North Sydney City, and then, you know, jump in your car, whatever car you might have. It's about a 5-car garage, so you can, you know, you don't have to leave any cars out on the street, and yeah, you can be out to some of the best beaches on the northern beaches in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it probably is the heart of the beaches, to be honest.
Yeah, like it's interesting. It's sort of when you think of Belrose, you think of where the super centre is. Nowhere near that.
No,
nowhere.
Closer to the village shops.
Yeah, it's really sort of French's Forest, Belrose, but I think, you know, the vendors are meticulous in everything they do and the way they present the property and cared for the property. I think they had some great input with an architect on the property. So yeah, hats off to everyone involved.
That covers listing of the week. What about sales of the week?
that was a long one. Well, Team Lisa Novak, let's sing their praise. They sold one in Warriewood, Billy.
Yeah, 33 is it Warwick? I'm forgetting the address now. Warwickila. Beautiful townhouse. The reason I love this one so much is I think it represents really good value for money. It's still a freestanding home, 3-story. You've got entertaining, you've got bedrooms on one level and then bedrooms again on the next. Landing on each level outside of the bedroom. So it's a great work from home space, a great living room space, and still under the 2 mil mark. Get yourself almost a brand new home in an up and coming neighborhood. And I know lots of people, you know, are looking for the established gardens and are looking for the established streets where houses are built around, so you don't have to put up with any construction. But there is value and there is money to be made in these up and coming suburbs, particularly, you know, streets in Warriewood where the landscaping's still being finished. If you get in early, you're probably buying with the savings of something like off the plan, but not having to buy sight unseen. You've got your finished product. It's just the street and the landscaping they're finishing.
New listing of the week, Billy. What did you like?
New listing of the week. I know the 2-bed, 2-bath price point between the 1.1 to 1.3 million is really busy, and we've got a great 2-bed, 2-bath, 106 square meters coming on over the next 7 to 14 days in Sturdy Parade. We've got the contract in, so if you know anyone looking for something like that, big 2-bedroom, close to shops, give us a call. Got something exciting.
Yeah, Sturdy Parade's is full of amenities. So just maybe 3-minute walk from your residence, you have the Grand development, which comprises of an Audi, Coles, bottle shop, specialist shops. You can walk there into town centre in maybe 5 minutes, pick up a bus into the city on the B line. They run like a train, so there's no timetable. They just run every 5 minutes from Mona Vale at peak times. And I think they're getting you into the city.
7 stops, 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
Great.
From DY.
Yeah, it's a great system.
So that's a great listing. Mental rentals, Billy.
Well, the team again had some success in the week. I saw a great property leased by Sienna. Owners were overseas, obviously appreciating the help on the ground. Buyers are coming in from out of the local area and secured a beautiful place in Freshwater, 2150 to 150 a week. So it's a big rent, you know, but nice location, great family home. I've seen a few others coming in as a new management as well. So if you're looking for a place, it seems like there's maybe a little bit more on the market for rent than there was 4 to 6 weeks ago, which is good. So if you're looking, you know, have a look on the website. There's something across all price points.
Yeah, so I think with the rising rents and the lack of stock, people have made other arrangements. They've moved back in. They've moved back in with friends and family. We've got a few people that we know that have done that. They've purchased, which is really, really interesting. That first home buy market's done well. So yeah, there's a bit more stock around. Also, the beginning of the year, we don't have a lot of movement. Billy, being one of the greatest property managers before he commenced his career in sales, would know that often if a lease is to expire in January or February, we will extend the term.
Yeah.
So rather than being a 12-month lease, it might be 14 months.
Yeah.
So that it falls a little bit away from that vacation season. So we have a bit more of that as well going on through this minute.
Yeah, I am finding that probably more on the back to the sales side of the business, that more of the deals we've been putting together over the last 3 months are actually investors or people that will move in after 6 or 12 months. Just personally, 3 or 4 of my latest sales have been people that are looking for a short-term tenant, for that first couple of years or a year or two, and then they'll move in down the line. But obviously that opens up rental accommodation for people on the back of a sale.
Yeah, I look, it's been a while between investors, but the last property I sold was to a straight investor, and that, I hadn't had that for a while. I have had a lot of parents buying investment properties, putting their kids in there, working out an arrangement where the kids become the tenants, and all sorts of arrangements. Kids become the tenants, they eventually pay it off and it's theirs, or one day it becomes theirs through an inheritance. So some really interesting ways people are finding properties for their kids. I hadn't seen that a lot on the northern beaches. I had seen it in more European areas, 5 Dock, probably the inner and southwest, but families are starting to latch onto that idea now, which isn't a bad idea. What I would say to them in doing that, really be aware if that's sort of put the kids in, they become the tenants, they pay it off, you might leave it to them in an inheritance, or when it's paid off, the property goes over to them or something. Really, really talk to 2 people. One would be a solicitor.
Yep.
About the best structure to set that up in. And also another thing would be talk to your broker.
Yeah.
What's the best loan structure to set that up in, and payments as well. Solicitors are really, really important, because you might set that up with one of your kids, and it's a handshake and that's all good, but they might then go off and marry someone who doesn't understand that handshake, or doesn't stay married to them for too long. So as a parent, and Mark and I talk about this, Billy's not a parent yet. He's not even thinking about it, not till he's married.
Not even capable, Glenn.
No, Billy. But, he's a good Christian boy, and we'll wait till he's married. But that's what he tells me. And, you have to have these structures in place. You have to have discussions that, are business-like, because it is a lot of money. And you want to make sure, if you're mum and dad and the bank of mum and dad, you're helping out your kid. If they then go have a kid with someone else, and it doesn't go right, or they get married, you're happy with the outcome where your money goes.
And I think the advice that you get on the way in is going to be, much cheaper and easier to, implement than the advice you get when you're trying to fix or restructure, post the problem. So if you can get it done properly on the first go, save yourself the changeover costs, save yourself the headache. That's probably the
barbecue bits will be what someone said to you today, Billy. I'm going to surprise you.
Stay tuned.
Surprise. But another really interesting one where people get the structure wrong is we get people in DY, especially they'll buy an apartment, okay, and their notion was always to keep their apartment as an investment, then use the equity, never sell. It's that old adage, a lot of Europeans like that, never sell. You buy something, you never sell, you use the equity in the property that you gain by paying it down and capital appreciation to go buy something else, and you use the rent. You've got to make sure that your loan and the structure you set up to do that works out the best tax-wise.
Yeah.
There's not many ways that you can get a tax advantage when you're just getting paid a wage and getting tax deducted. But negative gearing in investment property is one. But if you've paid down all the principal on that property, you can't go back and redraw it out. So say you buy a property for 500,000, you pay it down to 400,000 left. You can't go and draw out all that equity once you've paid off that principal. However, you could have set that 400,000 in an offset account, and then you can draw that money out. And
so there's the third person to talk to, your accountant.
Your accountant, yeah, most definitely, your broker.
Yep.
And your solicitor. But Billy's getting a bit edgy now. I think I was rambling a bit. Interest rates.
Barbecue Bits, topic of the segment.
Sorry, Billy.
Interest rates, are they going up or down? We've been told for weeks and weeks that they're coming down, and now we've been lied to, Glenn.
Oh, look, it wouldn't be unusual for a real estate agent to be lied to, like for like, people probably think. But we have been told by Zach from Shore Financial, 6 o'clock every Monday, that we could get a rate reduction at the back half of this year.
Yeah.
But today, I think news.com and some other media outlets were saying we might get 3 increases.
And I was talking to a very savvy, very switched on buyer, knew his numbers back to front. He was saying the inflation they're reporting is above where they were targeting. The measures they may put on that would be to put another interest rate rise in, and based on where America's sitting, we're about 1% behind them, 1% on the cash rate. So stay tuned.
However, with where America's sitting, I'll send you a link, Billy, put down the bottom. A guy on the ABC talked about the difference between America and Australia, where in America, most people are on a 30-year fixed loan. So interest rate fluctuations affect them a lot less. Where here, most people are on a variable loan. It's a minute 30 of comparing the two systems. And what it actually shows is how far behind and how much more we're paying here in Australia. And the ABC, the tool of the government, criticised governments and banks over the past 30 years for letting this happen. So put the link down below. Prices going up, poor old real estate agents. We just conduct competition to get down to one buyer to buy the property. We don't set the prices. Banks and the government set what you're repaying. So that's the barbecue bits. Very, very serious. Minute 30. I had never heard that in 30 years of real estate.
So if you want to find it, we can put a link in, but otherwise you can jump on YouTube.
No, put the link in. Put the link in.
There you go. That's the barbecue bits. What is Mr. Higgs up to on his Saturday and Sunday?
Well, my baby brother, I think he's 53. So we're going out for Japanese at, that's my kung fu Billy, Japanese at DY. I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping to get like a tuxedo t-shirt to wear tonight because it's a bit fancy, the Japanese in DY. But it's not my favorite. My favorite would be, if you're ever in DY, Labotti's, an Italian restaurant just behind where I live. It's in Francis Street. I reckon that's the go-to for friends, family, and food. Frank happens to be who owns it, a real estate agent as well. Don't hold that against the food.
That's great. And I'm out off to a football social at the COLLAROY.
Oh, Billy.
So
the last time this happened, you had a quest. You had to wear a singlet, so I had to give Billy one of my Chesty Bond singlets that I had worn all day. He forgot, so he wore that. He had to wear a hat, and you had to kiss a damsel in distress in front of the Opera House. Was that it?
Something like that, Glenn. This time,
it was.
This time the theme is, you know, not rubbish shirts. So I'm gonna have to rummage through the wardrobe and see if I can find an interesting T-shirt.
Oh, not rubbish. It's got
it's got another word, but I won't say it on air.
Okay.
But I hope everyone has a good weekend. We're back on the ground tomorrow. Got 3 opens in DY, 2 bedrooms and a 1 bedroom. A lot of buyers still out looking. So if you need any help, give us a shout. We're still around.
Very, very good. Thank you.